All right, the Detroit Lions signed former New England Patriot Trey Flowers to a $90 million contract, $56 million guaranteed, and he got $40 million at the time of signing. Was the signing a bust? Was it terrible? And Trey Flowers only had 2 combined tackles Sunday versus Arizona. He was supposed to come in and be a difference maker. And like I said before, once you play that guy, that type of guaranteed money or that type of contract, guys like that should be difference makers. Okay, guys like Flowers should average about 12 or more sacks a year coming off the edge. That's like Khalil Mack, Von Miller type of company trying to get that much money. And everybody was saying, "Oh, this is a good sign-in, but don't bring Jadeveon Clowney in and whoop-de-whoop." But let's talk about it. We back. Mercy Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Appreciate the love and support. And no, he ain't no bust. At least not yet. He came off a shoulder injury. He been making deep playoff runs in New England. Pretty sure he a little bit beat up. The shoulder is really a delicate part of the body, and it takes a long time to heal up. It's kind of on the level of a back injury, depending on the injury. And it take time, And people talking about, oh, you don't need preseason. You don't need preseason. They said the Eagles said that they got trounced in the first half and eventually come back. A lot of these teams that didn't play preseason start off to a shaky start. You need to be in live action. I'm telling you that from a football player's perspective. You just don't go out there, no matter if you've been playing 5, 10 years, whatever, or your first year, you just don't go out there and pick up not playing almost a whole calendar year or whatever it may be. You got to get out there and get live snacks. Practice is practice, especially from a quarterback standpoint of view. 7-on-7 is not an ideal simulation of a football game. It's shorts and shirts. You're not getting hit. There's no real pass rush. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's going to take him a couple games to get in the rhythm. Yes, the Lions, they picked up a few guys that had injuries this year. Talani, Flowers. It was some other guy. Daniels had a foot injury. But it's going to take him some time to get in rhythm. It's going to take him some time to get healthy. He didn't play a ton of the preseason. And he'll eventually make his impact. And he eventually had those big games. What was kind of troubling is that Arizona is supposed to have one of the worst defensive lines. I don't even know who their left tackle is. Is it Jared Van Deer or something like that? I'm not sure who their left tackle is. And he couldn't even get no noise versus the left tackle. And maybe they would slide. I didn't really look at the film. Maybe they were sliding protection. They was chipping him, and they game plan to take him out the game, okay? Therefore, it might have freed up Kennard to have a big game that he had. He had 3 sacks in the first half, which is the first by any Detroit Lions linebacker in the modern Super Bowl era. But I can't write nobody off a bust like this. If he came in healthy and this still happened, I still wouldn't label him a bust. He came in healthy, he played in the preseason, I still won't label him a bust. Too early. Sometimes you got to, like I said before, I think I said this on this channel, sometimes you got to crank that box Chevy up after you let it sit in the winter. You got to let it sit for a minute, got to take it around the block, and it may sputter a little bit. You might have to change the oil, But once you get it in the rhythm and they start to hit its stride, then you ain't got to worry about that until the winter come. You do the whole situation again. So let them crank that box Chevy up, Daniels, Harrison. And when you get them big fellas not, in physical shape, not peaking, or they've been sitting on the bench a long time, or they ain't really been in preseason in rhythm, it take a minute for those vets to get in rhythm. So no way, shape, or form, or fashion is Trey Flowers a bust signing yet. It's too early. It's too premature. Now, if we get to week 4 and he's still only having 2 combined tackles and he ain't making no impact in the sack category, or ain't nobody else across the line freeing up. And also, you got to wait till Hand come back. Hand, pound for pound, he might be the most significant, most important. He might be the most talented defensive lineman. But, we get to week 8 and he ain't doing shit, then I'll be a little bit, wary. But he may not be healthy. Them shoulder injuries a mofo. You know what I'm saying? But we get to week 8, then I'll be like, okay, I told you. But I wasn't in favor of the signing. I'm not bashing it yet. you know, because he still can have an impact. But I told everybody was excited about the signing. And I was saying, like, who wanted him? Who was going to pay him that type? Nobody was going to pay him that type of money on the market. I'm telling you. He wasn't that type of difference maker. They overpaid for him. But hey, we'll see, man. He might. You know, he was supposed to change the culture. Remember, he was supposed to bring that Patriot culture. He didn't get elected a captain, but Danny Amendola did. You got to pay attention, but we'll see. But it's premature to call him a bust. But hey, it's Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, a video request. All those links in the description. And let me hear your opinion in the description. In the comment section on are you disappointed or are you gonna take a wait and see approach about Trey Flowers? I will wait and see. But hey, appreciate the love, support. Share the video. Want to make a donation? The links in the description.